Hello, everybody. Spirit of 420 here because everything I do is 420, including going live when I really didn't even have. I literally made the shit thumbnail and everything like 5 minutes. I don't even have any weed to smoke currently, but I wanted to go live and keep up with the schedule because I'm in a better place and doing better, and I feel like that's part of what I need to do. You know what I mean? And if nobody even makes it, that's fine. I didn't schedule this one. Nobody knows I'm going live tonight. But, I just wanted to say it was funny because I was, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, actually, I have something nice to say. And what I mean by that is I started the day, and this may not sound good in the beginning, but I started the day. And it was one of those days where, and I don't know if anybody knows what I'm saying here or exactly the feeling I'm talking about, but I just felt like crying. Now, all day I didn't, and I wonder, had I done that, maybe I would have actually felt better. And I didn't know why I felt that way, and that's what I meant by y'all may know what I'm talking about. It was one of those days where I just had the overwhelming urge to just start crying. And I didn't, and I tried and succeeded in the sense of blocking it out, right? And not in a bad way, because I don't believe in blocking out. You have to deal with it. I discussed it. I put it out on the table, if you will, with my mother and wife and family, and said, this is who I am. I'm having one of those days after I had almost 2 weeks of really, not this, right, but more of this, right? Even keel and feeling better about myself. So, to me, the thing that I needed to do was find a way to push it out and go, you know what, that this is just, and it's exactly what it was. If you're fighting off of depression, not fighting in the depression anymore, but you're fighting off of depression, it's just, I talked about the other day, those are traits. They're not traits, habits that you have formed, right? That are, you're in a bad place and you're going to mope and the world sucks and blah, 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 right? So a lot of what's going on is it's my own, what's the word for? Not just my own head, but it's me fighting what is the norm. What is it's an inner battle. So it's me fighting the side that's telling me that I'm crap, right? But that's because that's what I've been doing for depression. So I was trying to get that out in the right way, and it didn't matter how I said it. None of it came out the right way. But what I can tell you is, I ended up doing it. I got work done. I had a frustrating day. I got to tell you, this is funny. So back to the nothing nice. This is a review, okay? And I'm not trying to be rude, but if you're an online bank, and I'll say is I'll keep it nice because I won't say their name yet. I'm doing the review online, and that's fine. If you're an online bank, right, and you brag about no fees and all that kind of stuff, what's up, Bobby? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh yeah, man. Thank you very much. And I'm trying to stay on schedule. So I finally got. I already told Lucky this too, but I finally got my shipping stuff and all that. So hopefully here within the next, I'm hoping no more than a week now. I'll have some samples out to you. So that'll be that is on its way. And also have, if he's here listening, or if you watch later. I'm going to have some samples coming to you too, as well, brother. So, yeah, I told you I didn't even have time to pack anything up tonight. So it sucks. I don't have any weed. I was looking for. It was close. close. It was close, y'all, because I thought that I could do this and pack a bowl, but I don't have any weed behind me. There's no weed to put in that bowl, and that's all right. So, yeah, you talk about being an online bank, right? And brag about no fees and being wave of the future, concentrating on this and that, blah blah blah. I just want you to hear this. I thought this was insane. So I have a few different online banks, and with the new company that we started, we've opened a couple different ones to kind of test the waters and see who we like best, right? And one we love incredibly, but they're, and the other one we can't stand. They're like night and day. Okay, to give you for instance, on the one, I can go in and I can do a wire transfer right now by myself. Just go in there and put in wire transfer. Do that. I can go in and put an ACH transfer. I can go and request money. I can go in. I can even go in there and fucking make an invoice and like it's badass. The other one, to do a wire transfer, you're gonna love this. I have to fill out a form. This is for an online only bank, a bank that doesn't even have locations, right? I got to fill out a form. And with that form, then I have to secure message it through the software and then wait for them to call me to confirm that wire transfer that I just executed. Wave of the future, man. Yeah. So, I brought all this up because I was having, it was not easy. And I think I did pretty, I'll give myself a little bit of kudos because dealing with this thing, man, I was pissed. And I was like, and what I mean by that is I was pissed on the inside, but I was not showing it. Although I was some, because my wife and my mother were like, you always know when he's pissed. And I was listening to them while I'm typing. And they were talking about that my typing turns violent, like ta 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 ta. So I type much heavier and harder when I'm angry, which quite honestly, doesn't that make sense? Look at there. Ask and you shall receive. And you know what? I'll go ahead and wind the clock up too. Smokage. So this all digital bank, right? I can't even do. I have not been able to find a way unless I missed it. But it's not a standard. Nothing is normal. And here's the thing. I've been on a few, like I said, I've been on a few different banks, right? So when I say this, I hope that somebody in the audience will get a kick out of it and honestly get a giggle, if you will, because I even wrote this to them and I saved it because I'm going to put it in. I'm definitely going to put it in the review when I do the review online. But their website, and what I mean by that is their marketing, like the front, right? The one that we all see that, shines so bright, right, if you will, and one that has SEO going to it and the one that sells you on the idea. That is a new and updated type of website. Actually looks pretty, honestly, I hate to say judge a book by its cover, but usually you can do it when it comes to software because however the front, usually I said not always, so just don't even, all right, nothing is always. But typically if it's badass and works really good on the front end, then usually the back end when you log in is fairly close to it. Even if it's not as good, it's fairly like it. It usually doesn't feel like two different worlds. Let me put it like that. It doesn't feel like you're going and from one place to another. Okay. Oh, I will. I will, Princess. Trust me. I've already sent out a mental thank you, so I'm sure that I'm sure that she got it. So when I say this, know that I mean it. The website itself is 2023, up to date, badass. The moment you log in, it literally feels like Windows 95 just loaded up on my computer. And I'm not kidding, y'all. I'm just saying that for like a joke. It is two separate worlds. You're like, how? I mean, there's no way to even add funds. Like, there's no button that says add funds. I can't just go in and request funds from my other bank, right? And request it, like, do in a sense of just requesting funds in general. Like, I can't request funds on that system. I haven't been able to find it yet. Tell me that's not ridiculous. And an all digital system that has no what do you call it? Locations, right? No physical locations. And when you first log in, gosh, I'm sitting right there on the fucking dash. Nowhere does it say add funds. I just thought that was like so ridiculous, and I spent so much time looking for it. Then I also come to find out they're like, they say no fee, no hidden fees. All these other banks, they don't charge for wire transfers, right? But of course, these guys do, right? You can only it's so confusing. You only get reimbursed for two, and those are only I think outgoing. No, only incoming. So 2 incoming wire transfers a month do not you get reimbursed, but everything else is feed, outgoing, incoming. Like, I mean, it bothers me because it's like two different fucking worlds. The other bank, I can do anything. I mean, I can do anything, and it's all right there, and it's all set up very user friendly and very modernistic in concerns to, what you would think of as a platform. And all I have to say is I literally told her today, I thought it was funny. I don't say anything nice, right? I get it. But like, this is business, and that is just takes a different precedence, if you will. Precedent, whatever. Yeah. I told two of the people I ended up chatting with today when trying to figure this stuff out, I was like, it blows me away because I don't do anything haphazardly. I did a lot of research. All the reviews that I read, all of them were raving about this bank. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I'm in the SEO game, and I was like, there is no way your reviews are real. They are clearly fabricated because there's no way this many people, like, I mean, we're talking about, they were on multiple lists, right? Of top 10, top 7, top whatever. All the reviews are like, they're high. They're in like 4.8 collectively or something like that. Mm-mm. There's no way those are real. And I'm sure that most of y'all know the review game is something that is extremely important today because of jackasses like me, right? But also Google puts a lot of they put a lot of weight behind the reviews that you are getting. They also put a lot of weight behind the reviews you get with their system, particularly Google reviews, right? Like, that really matters to you, and that's also one of the ways to help you move up in the maps, so that you're ranking at the top when somebody does a map search, which, funny enough, is more important, I think, now than when And what I mean by that is it used to be ranking number one on Google is where you want it, but now it's really you want to rank number one on Google Maps or Apple Maps, because those are the two things that people most of the time now are pulling out to look for you, because they search Google Maps, searches the damn, everybody knows pretty much searching Google Maps is still searching Google. It's just leading it with the map location, right? And when you do it, do either one of them, the reason I don't like Apple anymore is because they use Yelp, and Yelp is just, but both of them run a tremendous amount and put a lot of value on the number of reviews and how many and what the review, not just the number of reviews, but the collective, right? And it's just, I'm telling you, man, like, people do it. There's literally companies out there that do the fake reviews, and it just sucks when you realize that you got, what's the word I'm looking for? Hog-tied and bent over, and like this, there's no way that people are logging in. No way people are logging in. Like, this is a fucking great interface. First of all, it generates every time. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like each of the little sections pops up and generates instead of it being, it's crazy. It's old. It is what, like I said, it's what started out back in 95 with websites. It feels like they were like, can anybody build us an interface? Can they connect to a different bank? They're not even that bank. It's more of they're like, if anybody knows what this term means, they're like white label banking. That's what they are. And I'll leave it there. Anywho, have a whole time tonight. I am extremely busy. That is part of the reason why I did come on, was just to tell you all that I'm extremely busy. I'm trying to get this stuff done as fast as I can. Some of it is dealing with ignorant situations like this that set me back, and I'm like, okay, so what do I do now? And I just have to do it over. So I'm looking for yet another bank. What I will say is, how do I say it? I'm making new friends and I'm making new connections, and I know that things are continually moving forward. Even when they go stagnant, in my mind, they're moving forward because eventually it'll move. And usually most people around me are still moving. So all I can say is, when you have that bad day, I'll bring it back to there. When you have that shit day, right? Like mine was today, and you don't even know why. Let me add that, right? Like, that was the big thing for anybody who may not have been here at the beginning. I had a horrible day, wanted to cry all day. One of those days, I didn't do it, but I felt like it. And it was truly one where I just didn't even know why. Like, I don't know why. I just felt like that, doing that cry. But instead, I picked myself up, I pat myself on the back, and something all over again. I can't remember the words. But what I will say is I stayed true to the fake it until you make it mentality that I have right now. And I was, for lack of better terms, I was in a pretty good place. Even when shit like the hiccup of the bank came around, it didn't prevent me from having a day. I actually made fun of it. And when girls picked on me for my anger typing, that I'll start calling it now, it actually gave me a giggle. So that's, give you an idea, 2 weeks ago, had the girl said something like that, I would have been like, fuck you, leave me alone. Would have been probably a dick about it. So again, always moving forward. I love all of you guys. I will be back Wednesday. I'm going to have a guest. I'm going to put that should be up. I want to say tomorrow. So just have to, I can see who it's going to be. Right. What I tell you is this, he's one of my closer friends since I met him, and he's always been true. And I can't wait to have him back on the show this Wednesday. And I think, you'll enjoy it. Gonna have a nice, candid conversation and see where the conversation takes us. You never know where it's gonna take you. Especially if you go to it the way I keep trying to tell people, with no expectations. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. I love all you guys. Each and every one of you are incredibly special people. We can go over that again, but I'm not going to do it tonight because I have so much to do. I will see you Wednesday. I'll also see you on Friday, but I will see you for sure on Wednesday, and there will be a guest. Come back in 48 hours and see who's hanging out with me. You know what I mean? I love all of you. Please stay safe, stay lifted, and have a blessed couple of days. Have a blessed life, but extra blessed until I talk to you the next time.
I switch hit, I'm a strange fuck. Consistent ain't something I could say well. Throw my change into the wishing for a change well. Wish a day a swell life for the next come. And when the next come, pretend that it's the best one. Like I ain't even gonna try and say that to the next one.